defendant Sandusky has waived his right to preliminary hearing. What this means is that all the charges advance to the trial stage. The next step in the process will be an arraignment, which is scheduled for January the 11th of next year. And that will be before a judge of the Court of Common Pleas. The waiver means that the victims in this case, although they were ready to testify today, will not have to testify and will not be cross-examined at this time. As a result of the waiver, the current bail conditions will remain as they are. That is, the defendant remains on house arrest with electronic monitoring, with the strict prohibitions with regard to his conduct and contact with any minors, victims, or witnesses in the case. This development, we believe, provides maximum protection to, most importantly, the victims in this case. It avoids their having to testify for a second time. They will, of course, testify at trial in the case. And it will allow us to promptly advance the prosecution in this case to a just conclusion. Questions?
Is there a plea bargain in the works? Is there a plea bargain?
The witnesses stood ready to testify today, but they will not have to testify. I would say, based on some of the talk being made by defense counsel over the last weeks, their decision, I would say, is surprising based on that. However, based on our readiness, the strength of the case, I'm not that surprised. There were about 11 witnesses ready to testify. I can't tell you exactly how many were going to be called. I guess it depended on how it was going to go. But if you look at the presentments, you can pretty much figure out the lineup of witnesses pretty easily.
Are they relieved? Are they relieved? Are they relieved?
I haven't spoken to the victims, but you got to show and understand that you can't forget the victims of this, and you want to have some feelings of compassion for the hurt that they have, and I would imagine that they would be somewhat relieved not having to go out and testify and be cross-examined. No discussions regarding the plea bargain.
Does this help you by not having to show your card at this point?
Well, it helps the prosecution in a lot of ways, and frankly, in addition to the technical prosecution of the case, again, I want to emphasize what it would mean for the victims in terms of not creating a second record, because one already exists from the grand jury proceeding, and not having to go through the pain and suffering that's brought by a case like this, I think is an important factor to consider.
Are you disappointed that he waited till the last minute to waive? You could have done this a week ago.
We don't get disappointed over things like that. I mean, we're ready for anything. We're ready to proceed. If he changes his mind at the last minute, that's his prerogative. He has rights. He's giving up rights. We're not giving up anything. I would imagine that he would have, yes.
Of the 11 witnesses, how many were victims?
I'm not going to get into how many victims and how many were.
How much trepidation did they approach this hearing with? Were they concerned, nervous, upset?
I think it's a natural human reaction to be, somewhat nervous about a proceeding getting this kind of attention, and a proceeding involving the underlying facts in this case. However, they've shown great strength, and they were more than ready to be able to tell their story and
What's your name again?
be cross-examined. My name's Mark Costanzo. I'm the Senior Deputy Attorney General. Costanzo, first name Mark, M-A-R-C.
Was there any mention of a plea bargain or plea deal?
No discussion of plea bargain.
There's 3 more, guys. Okay.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
I was trying to keep still. Is that okay?